Hi everyone, it's Dan and Angela. Well, we want to wish you happy holidays, and you know, Dan, this is Dan Clark, I'm Angela Clark, and we have a little program called Heart to Heart with Dan and Angela. So here we are, we're wanting you to enjoy our little fireplace and this cool little lamp post that we bought the other day at Costco that just makes us think of, I don't know, brightness, love, happy, you know, I don't know, holiday feeling.
Joyous, sparkling.
Yeah, sparkling, yeah. And we got some little lamps going, some old-fashioned lanterns, some candles up above, and just kind of letting you know kind of what we do at this time of year, because you guys, you know, we're all filled with, I'm not anymore, but guilt and shame about celebrating this holiday in any way, shape, or form. And we want to kind of try to alleviate that and tell you why we've changed our mind about it, because it is something you have to process in your brain, right, Dan?
Yeah, especially since I was a Jehovah's Witness for 40 years, and Angela was a Worldwide
Church of God.
And we had all those programs, you know, everything being pagan. You know, for us it was Christmas was the worship of the sun god Saturnalia. I don't know where he's at, but you know, we were told there was a sun god somewhere, and we were worshiping him.
Yep, we had the same exact teaching, and so that's hard to overcome, right, guys? Because you feel like, okay, you're part of the world. You're doing what? You want to spark that a little bit?
Oh, go ahead.
Dan's going to spark the fire a little bit while we're talking. Put a little air on the fire so we can give you a nice fire. Yeah, might as well, right? Might as well enjoy the wonderful scenery. So what we realize is this. You know, this time of year it's dark, and there's a lot of sadness. You have to stay in. You can't go out. You can't get out in nature so much because it's cold. So what do you see? You see these beautiful lights, and then you have to be made to feel guilty. As a kid, I remember in the back seat of our station wagon, we had 6 kids, and I lay back and just looking at the lights as we drove by, because we didn't have seatbelts back in those days. I don't know if you knew that. We didn't always have seatbelts, but we all didn't have them. And well, I just remember thinking, boy, those are so pretty, and to think that I'm not supposed to like them. And then my dad would be, abomination, abomination. That's what he would say.
Are you serious?
Yes, Dan. That's what he would say.
That's like crazy. We never had to say that.
Yeah.
You know, we just had to push down our feeling good. Like if we saw a beautiful set of bulbs, we just went, oh, it's associated with paganism. You know, you guys had to say abomination.
So, yeah, we had to say abomination. And so I don't know, I didn't really get into saying that, but my dad would say that, and we would just be feeling like, really, you know, really we have to feel that way about it. I remember just thinking that, especially the lights, because I just loved them. I thought they were so beautiful. Well, you know, later on in life, I really was doing a lot of praying about all of this and trying to figure out what God would have me to do and feel about it and all that. And this is what, out of my sincere, deep prayer to God, what I feel like he let me know is, first of all, creativity comes from God. And so this beauty is something that brightens up the darkness of this time of year. It cheers us. We're not worshiping. I mean, do you see anybody sitting and worshiping or bowing down, worshiping a tree or any such thing? I mean, seriously, guys, do we? No. They turned it into a Christian holiday, and although that is, and they changed all the different parts of the pagan holiday into Christianity, making everything Christian. So we're not worshiping anymore a tree.
Jesus wasn't even born on that day, was he?
No, he was not even born on that day. No, not at all. But they turned it into something that just made it a day that we think of Jesus when he was born on earth, which is, you know, okay, that's significant and it is special. But is it so important? Well, not so much as other things. But anyway, that's how the Christian sees the whole thing. So, yes, we're raised to not see things in a worldly way or do what the world does or the government puts in order as far as holidays and whatnot, because it's the world. But what I felt God said to me was that I intend to redeem it. Because, see, people are, yes, we were told that people are depressed, they're angry, there's murders, and that happen this time of year. That's what we learned in our church. Is that what you guys heard too? And so, yes, although that is true, the question is why? Why is there more depression and anger and frustration and bitterness and killing and all of that comes from bitterness? It's because they want to be loved. I mean, when you were growing up, did you not want presents like your friends in your school had? Did you not want that love that they seem to have with their family? Did you not want that? Did you not wish that your church gave out loaves of bread and, I don't know, baskets of prettiness that make you just feel like you're loved? Did you not wish that? Be honest. Yes, we all did. We all wanted to be able to honestly enjoy the lights, because that's our inner selves, that's our God inside of us, the Holy Spirit that made us want to make that beauty, because it's dark this time of year. It's a way that we uplift ourselves. God wants that for us.
Yeah,
so
it's like a nice glow in the middle of winter.
For sure.
I know. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're not.
But I had to think, okay, if you think about it go to the least, shrink it down to the least thing, right? What is a light bulb? Nothing but a bulb, right? And then 2 bulbs, and then colored bulbs. What are they? They're just beautiful, right?
Yes.
They're gold or this or that. And then when you see them, like we used to do, right? You'd go in those neighborhoods and you'd see those houses all glowing, and you'd go, wow, because it was beautiful. So what I had to learn to do, and Angela too, is we had to strip off the paganism that the church told us was associated with light bulbs. Light bulbs are pagan, and if they're hanging from your house, they're more pagan. And if you're looking at light bulbs, it should be an abomination. And I just want to say this, it's the same with nature. Religion, a lot of religions has totally screwed up nature, you know what I mean? Because we go into nature, right, and we get rejuvenated. But if someone from our faith sees us out in nature, maybe just contemplating or meditating, they say we're worshiping nature. It's the same with Christmas. They say we're worshiping something weird and all this stuff, but we're enjoying, like Angela said, the lights. The lights are beautiful. We have a place downtown over here that's got millions of lights, and people come from all over, and to see the little kids' faces,
you won't
Angela,
believe it.
they're just going,
of ours.
And parents are taking pictures, and there's little things they're beating on.
It's winter wonderland. Yeah. Honestly, it's winter wonderland. And it just goes on and on, street after street. A big water mill is all lit up. I mean, everything. Bridges. Massive lighting.
Grapes, vineyards are all lit up.
Yeah, all the vineyards, all lit up in grapes and
water.
White. It's spectacular in this town where we are. It's got to be award-winning around the world. No kidding.
It is.
It's a world wonder for sure. But I should feel guilty for enjoying this guy has got so much creativity. I mean, I think to myself, how many hours it had to be to put these lights on. It's kind of like, how did they get that architecture in Italy and Spain and France with heavy duty the architecture that they built? And one guy did massive amounts of work in his lifetime. I think, how did you even do one? Well, that's like this guy down here in Caldwell, Idaho. It's like, how are you getting this all done? I mean, you're obviously meant to do it. You couldn't possibly. If you saw what we were talking about, you'd agree there's no way. This is miraculous, actually. It's that, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, and at this time of year, what else happens? The businesses slow down.
Yes.
Everything gets slow. It gets darker earlier, so everybody wants to stay inside. But when you put on the lights, everybody comes downtown. In this place, the revenue, the restaurants are packed. But you know why? Because people want to see the lights. They want to feel festive. They want to get together with family. Work is slowing down. They're giving people time off. And so here we are in the restaurants, and the lights are blinking, and why shouldn't we?
And people are more
enjoy
loving.
That? Yes.
Yes, they're more loving this time. Why
and
would you
giving.
Not? Yes, giving. I want to give. It makes me want to give. I love to make loaves of bread, different kinds of different breads, put together a whole basket full of goodies and sweet breads and cookies that I made and whatnot. I just love doing that. I love to give. It says it's more blessed to give than receive. Well, it's true, because when you give, your heart just swells. And the other day it was my birthday, and I don't know, I had so many people that were so happy to wish me a happy birthday as if they'd done a good thing. And they did do a good thing. They touched my heart in a big way. I feel so loved. What is wrong with love? Why did our churches try to tell us that squash down love? We don't want to love. We don't want to enjoy the love that
and we got to be different.
Is love.
We got to be different.
Yeah.
See, that's really the whole thing behind my religion.
Mine
we
too.
don't celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
We're not part of that world out there. So we separated ourselves, and that's what we found. Most religions do. And I think life is calling us into itself, right? Like bulbs, like nature, like this is all God's, right? It says everything is giving glory to God, right? The stars, when we look up, we go, oh my God, right? We go into nature, we go, oh my God, this is beautiful. So everything is reflecting God, right? And so if it's reflecting God, then what should we do? We should receive it.
Absolutely.
We should receive it and say yes and thank you.
It's like receiving love, and God is love.
Yes.
And
God
this is a
love.
time of love.
This is a time of love.
This whole season is representative of love. So we have been denied that
Yes.
love, you guys. We just have to admit it for what it is. We got to break this down. That's why we're doing this today, to break down the false illusion about it, because
fear
now God did not, in my prayer time, and I'm telling you, I had a lot of it because I wanted to be done with the guilt. If I shouldn't be doing this, I want to be done with this. I didn't believe in it anyway, but God was very clear with me that he wanted me to use it as he's going to redeem it as a useful thing to further what he's trying to do, which is open our hearts to receive his love. And I'm a representative. If I'm a representative of God, we all are representatives of God, and we should be representing God by loving. And so this is a time of year people want it anyway. So why would God not want to do that? So you guys, make some bread, give it out, and do what you can to show love to people. Don't stop and say, "Ooh, I'm not any part of this holiday." Why? If God is love, then love. That's what I got to say about it.
And you know, they say no one needs love more than someone who don't have love to give.
Amen.
And this is the time where people feel empty. People feel alone. You know, Mother Teresa said a wonderful thing. She said, show somebody today there's a God. Show somebody today there's a God. Give somebody $20. Buy somebody a lunch. Do something. This is that time of year when our hearts should be wide open, and we should be looking around at those maybe a little less destitute, those that don't have. I'm going to tell you something. Me and Angela both received some gifts at Christmas time. It totally changed our life.
Way back when.
They were told they weren't Christmas gifts. They said, this is just something special we want to give you. I mean, it's a long story, but we were given something precious. And you know what? It melted us.
It did.
The givingness, the lovingness of the person who gave it to us melted it. It was the thought. It was a holiday. It was a thought. But it was the time of year that made it conducive for that lady to want to give. And we received it. And we were changed because of it.
Yes.
This is the time of year that's for change. We could change people's lives. We can touch people. We can make people feel loved. We can let people know there is a God.
Yeah, and just along that line is that my mother-in-law was that person for me. I'll just make it really, really short. But I'd ruined 2 Christmases by my attitude because I didn't want to be there. I didn't want any part of this stupid, dumb holiday. But she saw past it. She saw the beauty in me beyond it, and she chose not to hate me, not to be angry with me, not to be bitter that I was being, a bee that during those holidays.
Defending the faith she was brainwashed into.
Yeah, and so she took me in the bathroom. Angela, come here, and took down a bottle of Charlie perfume, gave it to me, said, wow. Angela, it's not a gift. It's not a gift, honey. I just want you to know that I love you, and we're so glad you're in our family. I'm like, what on earth? I'm like, what is this? It's like, it doesn't make sense. She should be mad at me, and instead she's loving on me like I've never been loved on. This is weird. Nor was I used to getting gifts, for that matter. Didn't celebrate birthdays, didn't celebrate Christmas, none of that. So what is this? And so I was really touched by it, and I remember saying out loud, and it was loud in my heart anyway, really loud inside of myself, what is this? What is this? Why is she doing this? And all of a sudden this powerful thought came in through me, and it was, this is the love of God. And that's what I heard inside, and I'm like, whoa. And suddenly I realized, yes, that is what it is. And I remember just thinking, wow, that's like, I couldn't even express what that kind of love was, but later on, down the years, I was able to pinpoint it as unconditional love. That was not even terminology that I even knew anything about, nor was I really shown. No, I wasn't shown unconditional love. That was my first time I ever saw that. And it touched me in such a deep way, especially because God had, in my heart, I knew that it was God speaking in my soul. It was this is the love of God. That's what you've witnessed here. And I just like, oh my gosh, yes, that's what it was. But I didn't understand unconditional love at that point. I came to understand it. But my life began to change from that point forward. I just tucked that away in my heart. And we're giving you things, hopefully, that you can tuck away in your heart and say, okay, well, I'm going to loosen up a little bit. I'm going to allow myself to enjoy when I go downtown and watch the parade. Maybe I'll go watch the parade this year. I mean, it's all the businesses going down, throwing out some candy to the kids, and putting some little lights, that necklaces that glow in the dark, and these beautiful floats that are just saying, remember my business, because we work really hard for you, and the fire trucks going down all lit up and just loving on you. And why would you not just enjoy that for a few minutes?
I think I got a good analogy for that.
Okay.
It's kind of like being on a diet, right? This lady makes this big bunch of fudge or this big beautiful cake, and she cuts you a piece, and you go, oh, no, diet, right? That's the idea, diet.
At the holidays, too.
And like Angela said, but the lady made this cake. She makes it once a year, right? Why not let yourself enjoy it? And I think that's the point Angela's made. We have all this propaganda, all this embedded religiosity, all this brainwashing. Why don't we just set it aside and just enjoy it? Like she said, like the pie. Instead of saying, oh, I'm on a diet and thank you, and hurting this lady's feelings, right? Pushing the pie away that she makes one time a year.
That's love she's trying to give.
You say, wait a minute, I'm going to set aside my diet, and I'm going to enjoy this piece, and I'm going to tell her how wonderful it is, and I'm going to say thank you, and she might even give me a piece to go home. That'd be nice. Yes. But it's the same way up there at the parade. You sit there and you go, no, abomination. No, this is all Christmas. No, why not just set that aside and wave at the people? Wave at all the little kids, all dressed in their warm thing. They're throwing candy out and take all little pictures. Up, There's about every kind of vehicle down there, military, everything, just going down the road waving, and they're waiting for you to wave back.
Yes, they are.
And they're waving at you. How you doing?
Yes, it's reciprocal, see?
Yeah.
And it's very important that when people are trying to give you something that you just say, I'm sorry, no. Do you realize how much that hurts them? They're trying to give you something. And why can you not just, put it aside to realize that God is trying to give through them to you? Why would you not receive some kindness? They thought it all out. They took the time. They thought of you. And you're going to say, oh, no, as if you don't deserve it. That's sick. I'm sorry, but it's sick. We don't want to act like that. That would be worldly to act like that. It would be selfish, actually. That's worldly, to act selfishly. And to deny love, to reject love. Is that not ungodly? That's more ungodly than I could think of anything else that we're told in our churches not to and be involved in. We should love and give love and receive love, both. And so I just see God in all of it. So listen, I want to make a suggestion. So again, this time of year, when your family is thinking of doing something or not doing something or whatever is going on, and you're not sure what to do, this is my suggestion. Once again, try to make it on another day. Do it after. Don't call it a holiday. Don't wrap things, but bring something. Show love. Bring something. Something you made, some homemade bread, I don't know, something you saw when you were shopping. Hey, Mom, I saw this cute little shirt. I thought you might, it looks like it would be so darling on you. I thought of you and I thought you might enjoy it. Just be nonchalant. You don't have to make a big deal about it. And you guys, those who are listening who don't know what to do with their relatives, we would suggest this. Invite them for a day before or a day after, maybe preferably a day after, and so that it's clearly over. And then have them over for dinner, do the same kind of wonderful lavish dinner you normally would do, and then just give them a nonchalant gift. Oh, no, it's not a Christmas present. I just thought I saw it and I thought of you, and I got all of you one of these. I just thought you'd all would love it so much. And also, by the way, on your way home, I made you some homemade zucchini bread or pumpkin bread or cranberry bread or something. And you give them this little small loaf, and they all go home feeling so loved, so thought of. Why would you not do that? And so anyway, for those of you who are not ex-Jehovah's Witnesses or previous Jehovah's Witnesses or worldwiders, and you're just wanting to know what to do with your family, just show them that kindness. Give them a loaf on the way out. Give them a nice dinner. Give them some gifts, but not calling it Christmas. See, that's the love of God. That's how you would show love to a Jehovah's Witness who doesn't know what to do with that, because they want to feel loved, guys. They want to receive gifts, guys. So let's give it. Let's do it. Dan and I are ex-worldwide, ex-Jehovah's Witness, and we know what to do, and we're just telling you what is the right thing to do, because we would want to show love, right? Not deny them love because they're stupid, because they're in some stupid, dumb cult. That's not how to look at it.
Or arguing with them.
Right. No, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't have discussion.
Give them a cookie. Give them a cookie. Wrap up a little gift. Maybe something you have around the house. Wrap up a little something.
Right.
And say, this isn't for Christmas, Just this is to say I love you and I'm wishing you well. It changes people.
It does. It really, really does. So, and then don't talk about your religious stuff. And likewise, if you're an Jehovah's Witness, you are a Jehovah's Witness, don't be preaching your stuff either. Just enjoy people. I know that we were raised, I was too, that you stay with your own kind. But this time of year, you kind of can't get away from it. It's at work. Your work has parties, Christmas parties, things like that. I remember one time they even want me to put up the Christmas tree in the office, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have absolutely no idea how to do that. And besides, it's pagan, and no, I'm not doing that. And I was going to be fired. So the two gals that were in, worked in the office behind me came out and set it up, and I just kind of held things, and I didn't know what to do, but I kind of got out of it somehow. But it was very painful because I was so lost.
I remember one time I went to a Christmas party, and we weren't supposed to, but the guy who was sort of setting it all up, putting the baskets together, everybody got a nice holiday basket, ham or turkey and cheeses, a big one, what do you call it? Those baskets, clothes basket.
Oh, right.
And it was filled to the brim, and they were making them. But the guy who was setting them up says, "No, this isn't for Christmas." And it was at Christmas, of course. We're all getting these. Yeah. But anyway, they said they were going to have a Christmas party, right? And so he said, "Well, we'll have one, but can we not have a tree in the room?" And they said, why don't you just put the tree off in the corner? But if people want to look at it, they can look at it. And he said, "Okay, we agree." Well, we went to that Christmas party. And, of course, we didn't tell the brothers in the Kingdom Hall, but when we went, it was wonderful. They played pictures of the year before, all the jobs that they did. We stood in line. They handed us all $500 and looked us in the eye and thanked us. They said, "Thank you for the great year, and thank you for as hard as you worked." It's not what religiosity paints it out to be, pagan and bloody, and the light bulbs or people's eyeballs bleeding, all this stuff they put. I've heard so many things, trust me. The red coat on Santa, and I won't even go there. But it was the most blessed time. Everybody had a couple drinks. I think they gave you 2 little tickets for drinks. Everybody had a couple, and then you could buy your own. But we were praised for our wonderful work that we did. We were showed the work that we did. All the owners thanked us. We got to sit down with them and feel like we were at one with them. And it was just a great time.
And how appropriate. I mean, here you did work for them very, very hard. You made them what they were because of your hard work. Dan's one of the finest hard workers in the world, and he's very good at what he does. And they had every reason to thank him, and he had every reason to receive that love and praise for all of his hard work.
And you know something, too? It was their way of showing love.
Yes.
It was their way of showing love. And could you imagine if I said, "No, I can't go because I'm a Jehovah's Witness"? They would have been hurt.
Yeah.
And so when we showed up, they went, "Oh, my God, Dan. Oh, my God, find Dan's little check." And they pulled out the check and they said, "Thank you, Dan.
And they meant it.
We love you." And, and it was wonderful. I got to tell you, it was a wonderful experience. So I've spent the rest of my life stripping away the bullshit. Stripping away the stuff, that religion puts all these labels on things. Yeah, this is pretty. This is real pretty.
By the way, you can't see on the little.
I'll show you.
Okay,
down here. There's a top on it. See that?
See, it's a light. What do you call that? A light post?
Yeah, it's a light post. It's like they have in France.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
It's just fun to look at.
It
sparkles at you.
Yes.
Glimmers at night and shimmers.
We're going to put it outside, of course, but we wanted to bring it in here and show it to you because we got to tack it down to the ground and make it so it won't fall over in the wind. But we want to brighten up our neighborhood. And so that's what we got, $115 or something at the Costco. And, it's going to bring so much joy to everybody. And it just makes you feel good in the winter, and it's blistery cold out there. And, boy, it's been cold in Idaho this year. Oh, and it's going to be 19 degrees today.
Yikes.
And anyway, it's bitter. Not down to 0, thank God. But anyway, it's cold. So, why not, when you drive by in your car, at least see this pretty lamp post? That's our contribution to the neighborhood, and I'm kind of excited to get it out. So anyway, I think we've said enough, Dan.
Yeah,
I really
think we're good. We just wish you the best blessings to you. We want to wish you blessed time.
We wish you a great holiday.
Great holiday. Enjoy yourself.
Love-filled. It's a love season.
Try to let it sink in a little bit. Try to just say it's okay to look at the light bulbs and, look at and enjoy the lights, enjoy the beauty. Enjoy the music even. The music's just, it's just kind of a happy-go-lucky. Yeah, it's a happy-go-lucky time of year.
Yeah.
And if you just flow with it, you'll actually feel like wonderful in this darker time of the where the sun's going down earlier, right? And this darker time, it's actually lit up. And the beautiful thing is, you know what it's lit up with? The love of people. It's lit up with the love of people, because what do people start doing? Putting out their lights, putting out their this. Turn on the bulbs, turn on the this. And what else they turn on? Themselves. they turn themselves on, and they start giving and loving. And so that's what
and
time
thinking of things to do nice for people.
Thinking of things to do for people. That is right. Oh, let's make a meal tonight. Let's do this. Oh, let's make some cookies and surprise the neighbors, you know?
Or, oh, let's do something for all the teachers at the school. And everybody comes up with something, you know, fun to do. You know, it's just so much fun. So anyway, just try to relax a little bit. Try not to let the guilt is not always of God. A lot of the time, and mostly it's not of God. There's some parts that we need that keeps us straight, but there's a lot in our religions that was not of God. And so we need to let go of that. And just remember, God is love. Whatever you do, do in the name of love and give out of love. And as long as you're not worshiping something other than the God of love, well, how could you really be wrong, guys? And if God is our creative energy and He gives us the ideas of how to do what we do that makes the world a brighter place, if that's God. Believe it or not, that is God in us. Creativity comes from God. It's not from ourselves. It's from God who created us with that creativity, and it's His creativity. So be creative. You know, do what you can to light the world. So anyway, I've said enough, but I just want to say blessings.
All right,
and
blessings.
Have a wonderful holiday season, okay?
Have a wonderful holiday.
All right.
All right.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.